What's happening YouTube, the world, everyone else? Yes, it's me, Courtney, again, doing my UFC predictions. This prediction video is for UFC Fight Night, which will take place on the 16th of September, which I think is a Wednesday. It should be a Wednesday anyway. It's Diaz versus Gillard. It's a good card. It's like a very good card, actually. So I'll go down to my predictions now. I've taken the stats from the UFC site and Sherdog. The fight records differ on both sides, so I'll stick with the UFC, what the UFC have got at the moment. So the main event is Nate Diaz versus Melvin Gillard. Nate Diaz is a lanky guy, 6'1". His wins mostly come by submission. He won the Ultimate Fight 5. And yeah, it's been good so far. He's just basically a spitting image of his brother, I think. Not a spitting image as in face, but as in fight style, and their attitudes are just the same. But it's just, I find them really funny, and some people hate them, but I think they're good for the sport. This just guys really coming to this octagon, and you know, but they're good. They're good. But yeah, his wins come mostly by sub. He's got a 10-4 record, and he's got those really odd punches. Not odd, but you know, they're annoying. Don't hurt you, but catch you every time. Really annoying, really annoying. But yeah, he's lost his last 2 fights. He lost against, I think it was Joe Stevenson, and I can't remember who else he lost. I think Clay Guida, and that was a really good fight as well. But he's lost those. Then we've got Melvin Gillard, the young assassin, who's got like a 41-8 record or something like that. Very heavy-handed, very heavy-handed. Throws everything to his punches, but leaves himself so open. And his submission defense is weak, really weak. I hope he's improved because he's going to need it. Because he won his last fight against Gleason T-Bar, so he stayed away from all the submissions. But Nate Diaz is a totally different fighter, so he's got to be aware of that. But I think for my pick is going to be Nate Diaz by submission. I don't think Gillard's he's going to try and stand, but he's going to keep away. I hope, well, he should keep away from Nate Diaz, sorry. But I'm picking Nate Diaz to win. I'm going to say early in the first round by submission. Don't know how. Probably triangle choke with the birds flipping up, you know. I won't swear. Yes, I will. Doing that. So something like that. But anyway, I'm picking Nate Diaz. The next fight, I'm taking these off the UFC fight site, by the way, is Gray Maynard versus Raja Huerta. Gray Maynard has got an 8-0 record, great wrestler, trained into extreme couture. Most of his wins have come by decision. And the last fight he won was against Jim Miller. And basically he's undefeated. So what else can you say about him? He's good, undefeated, but it's decision. So, but then you got someone like Roger Huerta, who's coming back after a year of not fighting but acting instead. Very, very tough guy. Very tough guy. I like watching him fight. Most of his wins come by TKO or decisions. And his last fight in the UFC was against Cantwell, which he lost by decision. And his game plan was which is his game plan for every fight, which is chase the person down and try and get the shit out of him. And it didn't work. But this fight, I don't know. This is going to be a tough fight to call, but what I think is going to happen is Gray Maynard is going to try and take Huerta down straight away. Not straight away, but he's going to try and take it down quite early and try and ground and pound him out. If he does, it'll be by decision. If not, Roger Huerta is going to run right and absolutely, he's going to chase him and hit him. Or if he hasn't changed his game plan in a year, then that's what he's going to do. But I can see Roger Huerta getting at him quick and trying to knock him out. But this is a really tough one to call, but I'm going to pick Huerta El Matador, because that does lightly do, man. He just puts it all on the line, just bang, bang, bang. But the only thing is, though, is he fighting? Is it his last fight on his contract? So he's just fighting just to make it up, or does he really want to stay in the UFC? I don't know. But I'm still picking him to win though. Huerta. Maybe by decision. Next fight on the card is Carlos Condit versus Jake Ellenberger. Carlos Condit lost his last fight to Martin Kampmann. It was a really good fight. Condit is a very good. I think he's a good fighter, well rounded. And I think he can do well in the UFC. I think they're gonna somewhere down the line they're gonna rematch him against Brock Larson. Personally, they will rematch him at some point. I have a feeling. Jay Ellenberger. I haven't seen much of this guy. I don't know much about him. His wins have come mostly by TKO decision, and he's on a 4-fight win streak at the moment. This is his first fight in the UFC. I think, yes, it is his first fight. And he KO'd Jose Pele Landis, so that's a good scout to have as well. But I'm picking Condit because I think this guy's going to make waves in the welterweight division. I think he's going to go, even though he lost his first fight in the UFC, I think he's going to go far. So I'm picking Carlos Condit to win. I'm not sure how. I'm going to say by submission in the second round, Carlos Condit. The next fight on the card is Nate Quarry versus Tim Credo. Nate Quarry wins come mostly by KO and TKO. I'm not a great fan of his really. He's just not too bothered about him really. Last fight was against Jason McDonald and he beat him by decision. I think that was in April. He changed it to Team Quest. So he's a decent fighter. Tim Credo is 13-4. He's a big dude, man, 6'3", but he looks like the same size as far as Griffin, man. I think he's quite big for middleweight. His wins he's a black belt, BJJ black belt. His wins have come mostly by sub. And he's not lost since 2006, and he's on a 6-fight win streak at the moment. So, and he beat Nick Catone, which is the guy who I think beat Chris Lieben the other week. In April. But I'm not too bothered about Nate Quarry. He's not one of my favourite fighters. Not the fighters I would say, yeah, he's great, whatever. But I'm picking, go with my heart, the BJJ, the grappling, Tim Credo, submission. Probably late in the second round. Tim Credo's going to win that fight. So my picks are Diaz, Huerta, Condit, and Credo. And the prelims will be on one of these sides. But yeah, holler back. I'll do the UFC 103 video after this one. But anyway, holler back, leave your comments, whatever. And let me know what you think as well. At the bottom in the comments page at the bottom. So anyway, peace.